It's gonna be a long ass video. I got a lot to say and a lot of motorcycles to cover. Okay, so recently blew an engine on my mini bike, which is right here. Okay, now this is a mini bike. This isn't my prized possession. This isn't my number one. It's just a hobby of mine. It's a toy. I bought the stock engine, degoverned it, put a pipe on it, put a carb on it, rolled out. I didn't want to go through the motor and buy all the internals and crank rods and BS. A lot of money I didn't need to spend on it. I roll with the $99 motor just to have some fun. I didn't want to spend $1,000 building a motor. Okay, so people keep telling me lesson learned. I use cheap parts. No, I used the stock parts. Just piped it, just like most cars. Like you pipe it, air filter it, degovern it, make it run a little better. Okay, so I started asking questions, just shooting the shit, because the 7-degree timing key is not available, which is right here, which I shattered. Okay, so it's not available. You can get 6 or 8. So I'm just trying to have a nice conversation. What do you suggest? Yes, 7 or no, do you suggest 8 or 6? Because that's all I see. Well, this guy poked the bear and poked the bear, and I tried to be nice as I could, as long as I could. He poked the bear and said, if you were that good, you wouldn't need to know the answer to that question, because I should have bought $100 flywheel instead of the $6 part that I just showed you that shattered. It only shattered because I took it off kind of rough. So that's the only reason it even shattered in the first place. So I was just lollygagging, like having conversation, like, well, since you're so in tune with bikes and you're so badass with bikes, I didn't say that, what do you recommend? He's like, I can't even help you, like, was too good to help me. Then I said, well, are you not gonna help me? He said, if you were that good, I wouldn't need to help you. So this is my clapback video, okay? That motor on the mini bike had 1 tank of gas in it. The bearing must have failed that transferred to the connecting rod. Okay, same exact build, degovern, valve springs, carb, no flywheel, just a little key to advance the timing a little. Just a little street bike, run around the neighborhood, get out with my friends, whatever. I'm not racing. This bike put down 11 horsepower at the wheel, okay? And that's with a centrifugal clutch, which you lose a ton of power, okay? Because I didn't want to spend a bunch of money, because I spend money in different places. So my clapback is, built motor, okay? This motor is built cleaner than the outside of it. The internal engine components of this engine are cleaner than the outside of this bike. Okay, so that's built motor. This is built motor, okay? It may not look like it, but if you want to check me, I have the documentation and the pictures of every bearing inside this motorcycle been replaced and rebuilt from ground up. So fully built motor. And you're talking about $5,000 on this, okay? So I really can't afford dumb shit for a mini bike, okay? This is also a built motor. It's a 305. It was built to factory specs. Because the car was clean, I wanted to go back factory. So it has been redone to factory specs, factory stickers, kind of like a restoration job, if you get me, okay? Those are stock scooters. They're all stock. And this is what got me in my shit right here. Built motor. Again, I have hundreds of pictures of the pistons, the crank, the connecting rods, the bearings, the whole 9. Built motor. So I am good. If I were good, I wouldn't have lost a fucking $99 cheap ass Chinese motor. Get the fuck out of here. I'll build a motor when it's due ready, okay? Built motor, inside and out. That means pistons, connecting rods, block, headers, the whole nine. Built engine from inside out, okay? So Beamer here is bone stock. Boy, don't play with me. I'm telling you, he got me in my feelings. Punk ass. Built LS. Inside and out, okay? Completely built. One part on this motor cost as much as this entire mini bike. So this some extra shit. He just shouldn't have tried to check me like I didn't know what I was talking about, okay? Let's see what we got here. Oh shit, it's another built motor. It's dusty as shit, but it's built from inside out, okay? Scooters stock, GS stock, 125 is stock. This thing, built 440. This is a DRZ 400 SM. They don't come 440. It is built 440. Athena top end gas, top end head, big bore kit, and a stroker crank. Okay, built. I probably spent some thousands on that build. Point is, read the room. Check your audience before you tell somebody, oh, if you were good, you wouldn't have tore up a fucking lawnmower engine. It is a fucking lawnmower engine. Nobody gives a shit to spend $500 on internals for a lawnmower engine. The whole idea, if you don't understand this, let me school you. The whole idea behind mini biking, which shit, I got another mini bike. I forgot I had another mini bike. Behind mini biking is to keep the cost minimum, to keep the fun at a, so kids can get into it. Kids can like afford it. Like everybody can't afford that. I sure as hell can't because I have 15 built motors. So the point of mini biking is minimalistic, fun, jump on them, run around the neighborhood. I get there's a culture of them drag racing and spending $10,000 on a motor. That's all you. But those guys and this punk ass dude who called me out, don't none of this shit. So you didn't check me. You would never check me. Not many people will. I ain't rich, but my money is spent strong, and I got strong backup. You hear? This is a 383 stroker motor with the drag lights. Come on. Don't play with me.